Bitcoin is a digital currency. Like traditional cash, it works as a token that you can exchange for payment. Bitcoin is basically governed by this thing called the blockchain, which is a piece of software that is spread across lots of computers around the world that keeps a ledger of all the different transactions and also powers those transactions. Originally, Bitcoin was quite a political invention. It was made and adopted by sort of anarchists who the appeal was the fact that it wasn't controlled by governments and it was a way of paying for things without being complicit in sort of capitalism, as it were. These days, it's become more mainstream and widespread, and the appeal tends to be that it's actually quite it's faster and cheaper than traditional online payments. You have to go to an online shop that accepts Bitcoin. There aren't that many at the moment that do. One of the most mainstream is Dell, the computer maker, but there are a lot of smaller retailers that accept Bitcoin. You have to go to a Bitcoin exchange, which is a website that will exchange traditional money, sterling or euros, whatever, for Bitcoin. And it's a pretty simple process. You just connect your bank account and then exchange however much you want for Bitcoin. There are two main dangers with Bitcoin. The first is its volatility. The price tends to spike and then collapse quite often, so you can lose a lot of money. And then the second danger is that the exchanges where you buy Bitcoin and the so-called e-wallets where you store it are quite vulnerable to hackers at the moment. The famous example was Mt. Gox last year, which collapsed after it was targeted. At the time, it was the world's biggest exchange.